Okay then, lads. So first of all, on behalf of the Yellow Army, it's obviously fantastic that all three of you are going to be remaining at Plainmoor for next season. The Keepers Union, of course, is recognised throughout football, and it must be nice to have that continuity and build on it again next season. Phil, if we start with you on that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think having a great relationship with the guys you work with is key. I think the three of us get on great. We work well and hard together. I listen to both of them and what they need and what they want, and it's great to have another season with both of them. I know it's hard with both of them wanting to play, but I think we form a really good unit, and I'm more than happy to be working with both of them again.
Shaun, what's your take on it then?
My take on what? On all this?
Yeah. You looking forward to working with Phil and Lucas again?
Oh, well, Phil's alright. He's not too bad. Lucas, I don't have a clue what he says half the time, but no, man. No, everything's smashing. I'm buzzing, to be fair. Like, me and Lucas got on really well, and Phil's someone who I really enjoy working under. He's a very good coach first and foremost, but he's also a nice bloke, and we seem to get on the pitch and off the pitch very well. So I think that's the most important thing. As much as you can have a good coach, if you don't get on with them, then it's harder to work. But you couldn't ask for much nicer bloke, to be honest. So, like I say, that's the most important thing.
Praise there indeed, Phil, and it sounded like Shaun meant that as well. So that's very, very nice. Lucas, are you looking forward to working with Phil and Shaun again for the upcoming campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm tired to be at home, and I need the football again in my life, and seeing other people, not just stay with my girlfriend at home. And yeah, it's great to work with those two guys plus Andy. We have it. And I'm really looking forward to come back, everything as normal.
Lucas, obviously last season, we didn't complete the season, having just played the 36 games in the league, but it was your first experience of football in the UK at National League level. How did you find it? How did you find the standard?
I think being a keeper and National League level is just taking more responsibilities, and you need to be focused all the time in the game. You cannot blink and then suddenly you commit a mistake. So you need to be focused 100% in the whole game. But I was taking, when I was at lower levels in England, I was taking as serious as I'm taking right now.
Yeah, and Phil and Shaun, how did you find the step up? Obviously, Phil, your observations, and Shaun, obviously playing in those matches. How high up was the step up from National League South to the National League, to the 5th tier? If we come to you first, Phil.
Yeah, I think the step up was quite a long step, quite a high step. You're going into a probably more professional league. You're going into, you're playing against teams that are full time. They're training just as hard as we are. I think a lot of clubs out there seem to have quite high budgets as well, big squads. So competitively, straight away, I saw a difference. Stepping into it, I think the group of lads we had were more than capable straight away, as we showed with results. Pretty early doors, we were challenging at the top and trying to get points. So I think we were more than equipped. Unfortunately, I think probably injuries just pulled us back a little bit at a critical stage. But big step up, but more than prepared and ready to go for it.
Yeah, so Shaun, when injuries didn't strike, it was largely the same defence as the one that won the National League South title. So what were your observations like? Because you obviously would have been facing a totally different calibre of players firing in shots against you.
Yeah, I think like Phil touched on a bit there. Obviously the quality was better. You're coming up against, I think majority of the players or the forwards anyways seem to have had a good amount of league experience under the belt. But I think as well, you know, the amount of teams in the league that are, like Phil says, they do have a high budget or a bigger budget. You've got lads who are dropping down leagues purely just for money reasons, which you can't blame them for. But in ways, sometimes you're coming up against players in the fifth tier when really they could be playing League One, League Two football, which obviously is where we want to get to. So you've got to come up against that, but obviously, you know, it's tricky because obviously last year you've got teams where you're coming up against lads on part-time wage where they're working 9 to 5 and then sometimes playing on a Tuesday night, wherefore on a Saturday you could be playing someone who's banged in however many league goals, and on a Tuesday again you've got another lad who's coming in from League One, League Two, playing 50-year football. But that's the challenge you come up against, and we're more than happy and willing to put up against it.
Lucas, how does the fifth tier of English football compare to a similar level over in your native Brazil?
It's very different from technical and tactically. With Brazilians, we most focus more on the technically. We just naturally can do more tricks, I would say, with the ball. And here is much more physical and tactical than in Brazil. That's why most of the players, when they come in here as outfield player, they feel a lot. The game is very hard and intense. And if you stay too long with the ball, we're just going to get tackle, and the referee just is not going to blow the whistle as in Brazil. So I think that's a big difference.
It's something very interesting to hear your take on it, Lucas, because obviously you've played at various different levels in Brazil, as well as then coming over to the UK and starting the game out from over here. So with only one spot available for a keeper, all of you, obviously in a starting 11, that obviously presents its own challenges in terms of preparation for a match day. How do you manage that? Phil, if we can just ask you that one first of all, when you've got two keepers vying for that one spot, how do you manage that and get that preparation so that you get the best result from both keepers?
I think from my perspective, it's trying to create the right environment for both of them. It's trying to make it quite light-hearted, but we do work really hard. Throughout the season, obviously, the gaffer's gone with Shaun or Lucas or taken in turns. That was always a challenge, but these two guys are hardworking. They both want to succeed. They both want to improve all the time. So I think for me, it's just about motivating them, listening to them, and trying to find the right medium for both of them at the same time. Obviously, there's going to be a disappointment at the end of the week, but we just work hard to get to that point to find out where we are. And then whoever plays, we support as a unit. Whoever doesn't play, we support as a unit, and we move on together. Easier said than done, because I'm not playing. These guys both want to play 90 minutes. They both want to play 40 games a season. But our camaraderie gets us through it. I know they'll be disappointed if they don't play, but we pick them up and we move on again, prepared and ready to go.
So, Shaun, it sounds like you're very much a team within a team, your own individual unit here at Playmore.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say so. Like Phil says, you know, we're both hungry. Obviously, we both want to be playing every week, which unfortunately, obviously, we can't. And that's, you know, that comes down to the gaffer's decision and all that. But I do know whoever is playing, whether it's me or Lucas, we always back each other, you know, back in the team, and we're all right behind whoever is playing. And like Phil says, we are a good team unit. And we work hard. We work hard all week. But I don't think we ever drop the standards. We never get too comfortable with thinking that we're going to get selected for the next game or anything like that. Because as Phil touched on, the way it's been all year, it's been rotated. So we'll never rely on being selected for the next game. So our standards are always as high or nearly there as we can.
And Lucas, if we come to you now, how do you find that? Obviously, managing you've been in the game for some time now. You're fully aware that there's only one spot in the starting lineup, and one on the bench. But how do you manage that? That one week you might be disappointed, and the next week, obviously, you're in there, but somebody is right there behind you.
Yeah, I think Phil was spot on what he said, and everything starts with respect on three of us, and including Andy as well. If you respect each other and we're training hard, then we just make it hard for Gaffer to make the decision. Of course, one of us will be more happy or more sad or disappointed at the end of the week, but I'm sure we don't relax, and then we keep working hard, both of us. And Phil doesn't like us to be lazy on training anyway.
Good work there, Phil. So, like Lucas has just said, there are some clubs where you have a clear number one and a clear backup goalkeeper that's only going to play if there's an injury. However, Gary Johnson has always viewed the situation here at Plainwell that we've got two number ones. How does that competition bring out the best in both keepers, Phil?
Again, it's just touching upon how they want to develop themselves. We need to make sure that we push both of them to be ready for selection. Whoever's played, we sort of reflect instantly. It's probably Saturday evening, Sunday morning. Either of them, I'll be talking to them, because they both go home and think about what they're doing, what they've done, how we've done it as an individual unit in the team. So we just got to make sure that they're hungry. I think I'm a big believer of continuity. I think if you've got continuity, you'll have consistency. But the situation is what it was. The gaffer respects them both immensely. Both have got a great ability in the role that they play. So it's just making sure that we can get them prepared and ready. And then they have to fight it out. They'll have to fight it out to push that 1% more than the other to get selected for the weekend. So it's just the situation that we were in. And I'm just a motivator. I'm just a motivator to get them prepared and ready. And like I say, I try and listen to both of them. They're very different in the role. They both have very different attributes, but I do what they need to be ready for the weekend.
And Shaun, you've probably seen both sides of the coin of the situation I was talking about a minute ago, that when you were at Gateshead and when you were at Blythe Spartans, you were still waiting for your opportunity, but then came to Plainmoor and obviously was largely the number one for most of last season, certainly after Alex Bass returned to Portsmouth.
Yeah, I think again, part of it comes down. You've got to be ready to play. I don't think that might be an 18-year-old young lad coming through, or whether you're mid-30s, late 30s, coming towards the end of your career. You've always got to train like you're going to be playing. And I think that's what keeps you up with your max tempo, your max pace. So if you do get called upon when you're not playing, you've got to be ready. And I think that's something that Phil definitely tries to instill amongst the group of goalkeepers that we have. He always tries to bang the drum of you've got to be ready to play, because you never know. If you are picked, first ball comes in, first minute, you're going to get clattered. You've got 89 minutes for the keeper on the bench to come on and play. If he's not ready, mentally or physically, then it's going to be a disadvantage of the team. So I think that is something that Phil does always try to bang into, where you've got to be ready, whether you're playing or whether you're on the bench. And you've got to train like that as well.
Yeah, you're both clearly ambitious goalkeepers. Lucas, do you feel that the last 12 months and having the competition from Shaun and obviously the coaching from Phil has made you a better goalkeeper?
Oh, absolutely. Every training session, every game, I think we both keepers, and then we improve every single day, even if it's like a small percent, is 0.5%. We're improving. If we commit a mistake, probably we're improving more if we're doing right, because you don't want to commit a mistake again. So as we look in Shaun, we look in Andy, we look in Phil, everyone has different attributes, as Phil said, and I try to absorb. If Shaun does something good on training, I try to absorb that on my personally like skills to improve myself. So I think we definitely improving, not just me. I think everyone. I think Phil is improving because we're very different as well. We're improving. Everyone is improving together, and then just make ourselves better. And that happy days for everyone.
Absolutely, and that's how we're all going to move forward with that continuous improvement 5. So lads, how have we all been coping with the current situation? Have we been coming up with any new tasks that we've had put upon ourselves that we've had to get involved with? Phil, what have you been up to?
Well, I've had to try and keep the other gaffer happy, the gaffer at home. So bit of decorating, bit of gardening. But for me, the gym's been shut, and the gym for me in the morning, somewhere to go to reflect on work and obviously try and stay in some sort of shape. But that's been shut, so I started running. And for a big fella to run, it's been hard, but I've actually really enjoyed it, and I'm going to continue to do it, losing a bit of weight, try and keep up with these two a bit better. So yeah, that's probably been 6 weeks of getting stuff done around the home and running and getting a bit fitter.
And as much as you can do, have you been enjoying that? Certainly, it looks like you've certainly taken to the running side of things. Not so sure about the gardening around that, but
I don't mind. I don't mind the practical. That's obviously what I've done for years before. The running's been the hard bit, but it's been quite rewarding. It's keeping the mind busy. It's keeping occupied. I don't like to sit around. I don't like too much time to ponder. So it's just keeping busy, but also starting to think about getting back with these two now. Like we say, we've had Andy with us as well, 3 of them. Got a couple of young lads at the college getting involved with us next season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get back, to be fair. I'm missing the accents and trying to understand what they both say. I miss it.
Well, try not to get too emotional whilst we're all here. Shaun, how have you been finding? What have you been keeping up to? And obviously, large part of your family is still up in the northeast, aren't they?
Yeah. All my family's still back home. Unlucky for them, they don't have a sunshine we get down here, do they? So I'm pretty much the same as Phil, to be honest. Been doing stuff around the house and all that, like decorating, gardening, anything to keep busy really. And then the same as well, just trying to keep on top of me workouts and all that, because obviously, like Phil says, gym shut and all that, and obviously we're not training, so you've got to do something to keep yourself ticking over. But yeah, like I say, pretty much the same. Keeping the house in order, doing stuff in the garden and all that, and doing runs, whatever I can really, whatever you can to keep you busy.
And Lucas, how have you been finding? Obviously, you've got another different take on things with a lot of your family being over in Brazil. How difficult has that been, and how have you managed to get through things so far?
Yeah, first of all, it's really difficult to be far. Being in this game for long now, being far from my family, and then now on summertime in here is the only time I can see my family and go back to Brazil. But unfortunately, this year has this Corona time, which the flights they are not as often we have when we don't have the Corona time. And I'm with my girlfriend at home. It's been difficult for both of us, but we're learning to tolerate each other more and more. And then respect each other. I'm not doing as much the manual jobs as Shaun and Phil as at home building stuff, because well, I live in an apartment. The apartment is not very good. Doesn't have a garden, so sometimes we go out, we run, but most of the time we just staying home with my girlfriend. We put some work exercise in YouTube, and then we just have fun for those 1 hour, more or less. We were working out, and I also have a very good football here, which really expensive one. And should not break.
Like Jago's them.
Should not break things inside the house. So I'm training my girlfriend now to be a goalie as well. So I kick the ball to to her, and then we're just doing the best as we can, actually.
Well, make sure she doesn't get too good, because otherwise you'll be facing a three-way competition for a place in the first team, Lucas.
Sure.
Guys, it's been great catching up with you all. And just if we could, the last thing I thought I'd like us to finish on is, what are you most all looking forward to once the football returns? Phil, you might well have just mentioned it with the accents that you're missing, but anything else that you'll be looking
to be fair, I think I'm just looking forward to get back on the grass with these two, or Astro, I should say. Hopefully the grass. We've got a great relationship. I can't wait to get back, start planning, start thinking about the new season, have a bit of crack with these two, but work hard at the same time, because that's just as rewarding and enjoyable as that's what we do the job for, isn't it? So yeah, can't wait to get back. Wish it could hurry up now, to be fair. It's nice to see them both. I try and text them both every week and see how they're doing. We've got a group chat, so we try and communicate, but it's nice to see them. It is good to see them.
Shaun, what are you most looking forward to?
Same, really, like you say. There's always a feel-good factor, I think, on your first day back. Like a bit of a buzz about the place, a bit of excitement. But yeah, like you say, just getting back into training, working hard. Most importantly, obviously, the game's coming back round. But yeah, most importantly, like you say, getting back into it and just training, working hard.
And Lucas, obviously, when you're looking forward to any new season, it's always exciting. But do you think this extended break means it's going to be even more exciting when the new season comes around again?
Yeah, looking forward to work hard that the first few days, and then you come back home and then you just knocked and your muscles, they're done. And then you're really happy to go back in the pitch and then working hard as with everyone and seeing different faces, not talk with people, with the same people like every day. So just seeing different people and then get an environment of which everyone is going to be healthy again and everyone is going to be happy.
Well, to Phil, Shaun and Lucas, thank you for joining us this afternoon. And to the Yellow Army, take care, keep safe, and we'll see you all again very, very soon.